Football trading cards. A couple weeks ago, I explained to you guys what this whole football card thing is about and why these cards are suddenly so hyped. I also opened a crazy expensive box where I picked this Messi card, by the way. So now I think it is the time to give you guys 5 steps, 5 ways how you can actually make money off these cards as a football fan, as a total beginner. Let's go. So before we start, I just want to make sure that you know that there is a lot of ways, a ton of ways actually, how you can make money with football cards. The whole market is growing, the hype for these cards is increasing. It is pretty crazy, so for me it will be impossible to list all of the ways how to make money in this single video. I just picked 5 of them that I think are feasible and possible for beginners, can be profitable and are easy to copy. So let's dive into the video with number 1. And we're starting off with probably the safest and also the most passive way how you can invest into the football card market. And I say invest because it is really basically like investing. It is buying sealed boxes. This one is sealed World Cup 2006. Buying sealed boxes that include packs, that include cards, is the safest option for you. The real ones of you will remember that I opened one of these beauties back in a video a few months ago. I will link it right here. It was a crazy opening. So yeah, this is World Cup 2006 and I also have a World Cup 2010 one. I have invested in those are sealed. But now why should you invest into these boxes or other boxes if you want to get into the football card market? Well, that is simple because boxes always include multiple cards, a whole set basically. This can include any World Cup 2006 Panini card, Messi, Ronaldo, Nazario, Ronaldinho, Zidane, Beckham, they can all be in there. So you spread your risks, you distribute your investment basically. If any of those cards included in the box or that you can get in this box, like Ronaldo or Messi, if those cards rise in value, then the whole box will rise in value too, because people will want to get this card, they will want to buy the box to pack these cards. Get it? So that is simple. You basically split your investment into all of these single cards just by buying this box. And it is way simpler for you as well, because if you actually keep these boxes sealed, you don't open them, you keep them closed, somewhere safe, wherever in your house, I don't know, then you don't have to worry about having to deal with every single card, having to sort them, see which ones are worth money, having to send them into PSA for grading, which can take months or years, and having to sell each and every single one specifically. So this will save you a lot of time and a lot of pain in the ass, believe me. And also, it is just passive investment. You buy this box, for example, I bought this box for around $3,000, I believe. Now it is worth like $5,000. So they just rise in value. If, of course, not every box rises in value, but if you pick the right ones, for example, this World Cup 2006 Panini is a retro legendary World Cup basically already 15 years ago. And whenever the general hype for football cards increases, which it does at the moment, this one will always rise because it has Messi and Ronaldo first rookie in it. I don't want to recommend you to buy this exact one, just an example. This could be a good pick. And also this World Cup 2010 one, not a bad one either. There are Champions League boxes, there are Bundesliga boxes, Premier League boxes, Euro boxes, there is so many. So if you want to invest into the football card market but you don't want to spend too much time on it and too much work on it, then just buy some of these boxes, do your research first and buy a box that you believe in, then keep them safe somewhere and don't touch them, forget about them, keep them for years, for decades, I don't know, and it will always be a great investment if you pick the right boxes. So this one was for those who want to go into the market passively and also have a certain budget already to buy these boxes. But I know some of you don't have this budget yet, most of you probably, so I have tip number 2 for you, and that is really interesting for most of you guys who actually know a lot about football. What you can do is keeping your eyes open for very young talents that are not extremely hyped to the roof yet, but that you believe will become world-class players in the future, because those players usually have cards that aren't extremely expensive yet, and you can pick them up for cheap and they might get really expensive. I'm going to show you what I mean. So right here I am on a website where you can check every single card's prices basically and how they have evolved over time. You can check a lot of stats, you can track everything, and we have the Phil Foden 2018 rookie card here, for example. This one is currently worth, you see it right here, $48. We can also see it here. $48 value on the 5th of May. And that is the raw card, not graded or anything. We're going to talk raw cards here. And you can see how this price has evolved over time. If we go all the way back to here, it was $4.50. And that is on the 25th of October 2020. That is pretty much 6 months ago, half a year ago. This card was $4.50 and now it is $48. So more than 10 times the value that it had back then. So if you grab this Phil Foden card back in October, say you invested $45 into it, you got yourself 10 of these cards, now you could sell them for 480. So that's just an example how you can make huge profit margins with these raw cards, buying them and selling them on eBay. And even though Phil Foden back in October 2020, I would say he was already pretty hyped, but now he's of course way more hyped. So do this with players that are not even hyped at all. For example, Bundesliga players. Florian Wirtz back in the days could be picked up for like $5. Now he is, I think he's $80, but we get to that later on. So Phil Foden, just an example here. There's a lot of players that you can do this with. Younger players that don't have a huge hype yet, and then you can really make huge profits. I think if we're being honest, most of you would call yourself a football expert, right? So do your job, guys. With your skills, you can actually make money. Just an example right here for smaller budgets. So I mentioned Florian Wirtz, and he's also part of our tip number 3, and that is Topps Now. So Topps Now is a brand released by Topps. You know, Topps is one of the biggest card brands alongside Panini, and Topps Now is basically their low budget line. Topps Now is basically the opposite of Topps Chrome. Topps Chrome is like the top-notch brand, top-notch series from Topps. The cards are very, very valuable, and Topps Now is the budget brand. And the special thing about Topps Now is actually that unlike all of the other series, most of the other series, you can actually buy single Topps Now cards right from the official Topps website for really cheap. Those Topps Now cards are always like $4 to $5 a piece, and you can buy as many as you want. And what you want to buy of Topps Now is young rookie cards. So Topps does have the Bundesliga and the Champions League. So a guy like Florian Wirtz, back in the day, I think it was last year, he didn't have any card yet. He was just making his first appearances. He didn't have any Topps Chrome cards, Panini cards. He didn't have any of those yet. But Topps Now, they always release cards of special moments. They released a Florian Wirtz youngest Bundesliga scorer ever card. And this card that you could buy for $4 to $5 was at the same time also the rookie card of Florian Wirtz, because he didn't have any other cards yet. And we're going to look at how much it is selling for right now. So here we are on eBay, Florian Wirtz Topps Now Rookie 2020. And I've put the settings to completed items and sold items. And you can see $79, $76, $140, $82, $89. So I would say around $80 to $90 on average this card is selling for. And considering that you could buy this card on the official Topps website at scale, you could have bought 1,000 of these cards at $5 each, could have invested $5,000, just an example right here, and that would be, let's say the price is $90, that would be $90,000 for you right now, $85,000 profit. Well, that is big numbers, but you get me, you could have bought 10 cards, $50, and you would have $900 right now. I do talk a lot about these numbers, but that is just to show you how crazy these profits can actually be. So how does this Topps Now thing look? Here we are on the official Topps website. We are on Topps Now. There's also some other spots. We don't care about those. We care about the beautiful game right here. For example, right now, they have those cards on sale. Christian Pulisic, high scoring American. They have Benzema, volley against Chelsea first leg. They have Mason Mount, 100 Chelsea appearances. They have Kevin De Bruyne, first City player to score in a UCL semi-final. Whatever. They have a lot of those special moments. Right now, I have to tell you that none of these cards are really interesting to us. Why? Because none of these cards that they are offering right now are actually rookie cards. But I'm just going to show you that in case there is a good card, a good rookie card of a player that you think will become good and he doesn't have any other card yet, how you do it is right here. You have a timer, so these cards always run for like a few days. You can buy as many as you want within that time span. You go to this card, it says $9 here, but if you actually go to 20 cards, then it will be $80 for 20 cards. That is $4 per card. So if there are any young players here that don't have any other cards yet and you think will become good, it definitely makes sense to at least pick up those 20 cards for $80. You can't do anything wrong with that. I've also picked up one Topps Now player so far, and that is Jamal Musiala. Not sure if you can see it, but right here there is the rookie badge. This is his first ever Champions League card. He has got a Bundesliga card before that, also Topps Now, but this is his first Champions League card. So I thought, why not? Paid $4 per card, 20 cards, paid $80. So this can't go wrong actually. And yeah, it hasn't really gone wrong so far. I picked up this card back in February, I believe, yeah, after he scored against Lazio in the Champions League. And now you see how it is selling for. $13, $20, $15, $20, $10 here. So I would say around about $15 is this card's value right now. I picked this up for $4, so $4, $15, it is almost 4 times as much as when I bought it. So if you pick Topps now rookie cards of players that you believe will become great, no chance that you're gonna make a loss here. It's basically impossible. Yo, so while my first 3 tips here were basically rather safe plays, tip number 4 and number 5 will be a lot riskier. I just want to drop this here as a disclaimer. Numero 4. Tip number 4 is buy raw, ungraded cards and grade them yourself. If you don't know what grading is, you basically want to send your valuable cards to a grading company like PSA. They then see what condition is that card, what rating are we giving that card. They give the rating from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the worst. A PSA 10 can make the value of your card skyrocket, will in most cases, and a PSA 9 is good as well. So you want to make sure before you send cards in that they have a good condition, that they are going to get good ratings. But with this tip, you want to focus on those cards on eBay that don't have one of those slabs from PSA with a rating around them, that don't have that are just raw, ungraded, and you want to check the pics from eBay or any other website and see what rating would I be able to get from this card if I were to buy it and send it in myself. So this of course requires some knowledge of the cards, because you have to guess the rating just from an eBay picture. So right here we are at Sports Card Investor. That is the website where you can see all the cards' different values, what they've been selling for, the charts and so on. I typed in Kylian Mbappé as an example. So here the website shows us all of his cards, his sticker, whatever. We don't care about all of these. We're just going to pick one as an example. What we're going to pick, let's go with this one. 2017 Topps Chrome UEFA Champions League Kylian Mbappé. Kylian Mbappe's first Champions League card. This is a very desirable one. You see it from the prices. PSA 10, you can choose the ratings here. PSA 10 is going for 1,800, 1,900. That is a lot. And yeah, PSA 9 is also going for 426, 478, 480, so around 450. And then you go to Raw here. You can see that it goes for 200, 300, 215, 186, so these sales are all pretty recent too. 1st of May, someone picked him up for 203. So let's say you would be able to pick up this Kylian Mbappé raw card for $250, and then you also have to calculate your costs for grading, because obviously you have to pay a fee to send those cards to PSA, and PSA do change their prices pretty often. Mostly they increase them, and right now it also has to be said that you can't even submit any cards to PSA. They've stopped that for a few months. They will be back soon, I think, because they just have too many submissions. But we're just gonna go with a grading price on average of $100. $100 for this card. You pay $250 for the card, you pay $100 for the grading, $350, and then you can check, does it make sense? If you say this one, well, it has to be a PSA 9, you check the pictures, you say it's at least a 9, then you can check the 9, $450, you can make $100 profit with that. And if you even say, wow, these pics look so dope, this has to be a 10, which is very rare that you can tell it from the pics, but if you said that and if you were confident, then well, your profits could be insane. Now this is of course just a sheer example. I'm not saying go do it with this Kylian Mbappé card. Just an example, guys. I just wanted something to show you that it actually works to make profits by buying raw cards, send them into grading yourself, and then selling them graded. But of course you also have to ask yourself, why would these people that are selling their cards raw, why would they not grade them themselves? And there's a couple reasons for that. Either they just don't know about grading and about cards. They got these cards randomly and they just don't know about it. That would be good for you, because that would have the chance that they are actually good grades and they just forgot to grade them or don't know how to grade them. Good for you. Reason number 2, they might just be too lazy to grade them, because it also has to be noted that depending on how much you pay for the grading, there's different levels. You can wait a few months, maybe 2 months, but you can also wait up to 2 years. So of course it is time consuming and it takes some work to send them in. So that could be a reason. Or reason number 3, worst case scenario for you, they just know that they wouldn't be able to get a good grading with this card because it has a shit condition. These cards, of course, you should avoid, you should not buy, but sometimes it might be tricky to tell just from the pics on eBay. So as I said, this tip number 4, surely requires some knowledge of the cards, but there is some people that even make a full-time living just of this. And now, what you've all been waiting for the whole video, the greatest way of them all. Number 5, buy boxes and don't keep them sealed, but open them. Well, okay, disclaimer here, this is by far the riskiest tip of them all. You know, I have done this. This is the box I opened in the video, by the way, as opposed to this one that I kept sealed. So I know a lot of people are hoping to buy these boxes, rip them, hoping to get with this box, for example, the Messi in PSA 10 condition, which is by now already at $30,000. Pretty crazy, yeah. But it has to be said that on average, you won't make profits by ripping boxes. But you can also not generalize. There's horrible boxes that you shouldn't rip, like most of the basketball boxes give you a very bad return on average, but there's also better boxes that give you a better return on average. Like for example, this one gives you a solid return on average compared to other boxes. But I just wanted to drop this disclaimer here. If you buy boxes to rip them, to open them, you should always do this for the sake of fun, because it's mad fun to open such a box. Honestly, I want to do this again. I will probably do this again. And you should also be aware of the fact that you might lose your money. You should consider this a form of gambling. And you can also get lucky. I opened this box and it was worth around $5,000 at the time when I opened it. And the cards that I pulled from there, not graded yet, so I don't have the exact values yet, but I would assume they are definitely more than 5,000. They are also more than 10,000. So it did pay off for me. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I would have never ripped this box if it hadn't given me the chance to produce such a dope YouTube video. And if you're rather focused on making money on the football trading card market, then go with this option right here. Keep them sealed, somewhere safe for years. Forget about them, sell them later, because that is safe. And this right here, opening them, ripping them, is not safe, that is fun. So these were 5 ways how you can make money with football trading cards. And to sum this all up, talking about this gambling and betting aspect again, I would say most of you have probably done sports betting in the past, right? And I would definitely not recommend you to do this, because it sucks. You will always lose money in the long term. Let's not talk about this, it sucks. So if you want to do football betting, why not go into cards instead? Because these football cards are basically a more reasonable way of football betting, and a smarter way, because you are also placing a bet. Like if you say, I'm buying this player for $5 because I think he's going to become big, he's going to become huge. That is nothing else but placing a bet on this player. But not like with those bookies, with those odds, that is just bullshit. It's a better way because you buy a card, and even if that card might rise or might not rise, you still have this card physically. You still have a physical card, so you still get something in return. And I think as the whole market is growing, I would never place my money into football betting. I would always go with the football trading cards. Also because, I'm not sure about you, but it has always been a real passion of mine. I still have those albums back here, Match Attacks 2008, I think, 2009, 2010. I have those Panini UCL 2009. I have a bunch of cards right there. And now taking this passion on another level and even being able to profit of this, making videos of me ripping these boxes, investing into the cards, I think it's just insane. I love it. I love it, and I love it. And I know some people actually who have collections, bro, insane. They have collections worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. They could use these as a retirement plan right now, because they got into these cards a few years ago when they weren't even worth a lot, and now they're just, man. And you can still pick up cheap cards right now with the tips that I just told you. So I hope this video was at least somewhat helpful for you guys, and you might be able to use some of these tips in the future. Also, let me know down here if you want more football trading card content. I'm happy to produce more videos for you guys and what topics I should cover. Yeah, I think we are gonna see each other next Sunday, and in the meantime, I think I'm gonna buy a few more boxes to rip in videos. See you guys. Fiago is out, Leo Messi is out, peace.